on for hello, good afternoon on Monday. I decided to come on and go live just for a few minutes. Um, I hope everybody had a nice weekend and that you had a good time watching the fabulous readers that were up all last week. Uh, Thanks to Johnny at Tarot's Apprentice, who's really devoted to that community and actually just went through this marathon thing where we were introduced to new YouTube readers, etc. Shout out to Johnny. He'll be on this Wednesday coming with Dr. Lena Rodriguez. If you watch Tarot Down Under, he'll be on again Friday night with Jen Lynn, where there will be a fundraiser for, I think it might be the Humane Society, I'm not sure. But Jen is asking specifically for questions that have to do with your pets. And it ought to be fun, it ought to be a fun time. Tonight at 7, Adrienne from Red Lentil Healing will be on with her Ghost Stories Part 3. She'll be joined by Jen Lynn and Blissful Divination, and I think another woman with the last name of Lynn. I want to say Sarah Lynn. I could be incorrect, but be sure to catch her at 7 p.m. And while and if you're searching for healing oils and etc., go to Adrienne's website at Red Lentil Healing and peruse her website to see, if there's some oil or something that you might like to purchase. They're really wonderful products. They're quality. They're quality products. They're not garbage. They really do what they say they're going to do. She puts a lot of love into these products. Let's see. Am I forgetting anything else? I don't know what everyone of any other reads coming up in the circle except for the Sunday night one with Jen Lynn, Johnny, and Becca. That'll be on Jen Lynn's channel. I'm not certain of any other events coming up, but if you've pressed the notification bell, then you will be notified when any of these when any of these folks are going live. So I know they appreciate the fabulous support that you give to them. I enjoy watching and listening and learning. Check them out. We're going to have another petty party on May the 1st. Yay! At a new time. We're beginning an hour later. I do have a guest coming on, a published author, creative, all-round sweet person. She's going to come on and discuss her books, and she's created 2 great games. One called Delusory, which is based on a book that her fiance wrote called Delusory, and the second game is a Build a Man game. So it's going to be interactive. I'd like very much for you all to come on and participate. Because it's a fun game. I played it before online with her and a few other people, and it's great fun. And wouldn't it be marvelous to be able to build a man? How about that? We could build him and create him, and prayerfully he'll come to us just as we ordered, So that'll be happening. Again, that's May the 1st. At 8 p.m. for Petty Party. Please like and subscribe and share the videos. If you would like to donate, you can absolutely do that. I'll put that in the chat. I thank the 3 or 4 of you that have come to join me. Hi, Linda. Sandoval, thank you so much. I didn't plan to come on and stay long. I'm actually kind of procrastinating because I have a large project that I'm working on, and it's going kind of slow, and it feels as if the technology isn't cooperating. It's something that I promised I would I would complete. And so now I'm kind of on the hook for it. I'm not able to like back down now. I just have to do it. Let's see if there's anything else outside of the current politics, that's outside of the current goings on. Oh my gosh, and are there many things going on? We actually survived the Chauvin trial, which was really, really gut wrenching and very difficult to watch, particularly when the prosecution was presenting the case. I think they did an excellent job by laying out all the negative things that the defense might possibly be able to use against Mr. Floyd, because it was obviously their job to defend Chauvin. And however, it gets kind of nasty when the defense uses the victim and as a get out of jail card and hoping for that one holdout on the jury, or just doing all they can to damage the victim's reputation in order to score a win. I think the prosecution was excellent. Defense was weak. It was very weak. I think they kind of knew that, well, not kind of knew, they absolutely knew that this crime had occurred, and they had to know, just based on the way the trial was going, that it was going to be a long shot that there wouldn't be a conviction. So we survived that. And then in the meantime, there have been more shootings, more awful police involved shootings. Dante Wright shot by an officer by the name of Kim Potter, who said she mistook her gun for her taser. Really? You are a 26 plus, been on the force 26 plus years. You've risen in the ranks. You train rookies. And at that particular moment in time, you couldn't distinguish between your sidearm and a taser. Thank you, Linda. That's great. Because I was just looking at myself and saying, wow, you might have want to put on some eyebrows or a little something, but didn't feel it today. But I do thank you for that. So now we move on to the next phase, which is his sentencing, and we'll see what happens. But it was really tough. It's even tougher to hear about other shootings that have occurred. I think when I woke up this morning, the first person I saw on the news was Ben Crump, having to do with hi, Cardamancy Mesquite. Hi, was Ben Crump. He has to be the busiest civil rights attorney in the world right now. I think the gentleman's name was Anthony Brown, who's in a real touch and go situation. So we're praying for his restoration. I purposefully kind of avoided the news because it was getting so heavy. It was just weighing on me so heavy. And I was grieved. I was very sad, because you would think that we have reasonable people within our government, that they would hear the cries of the people in terms of gun violence. I want my community to be equally as incensed when a young black man or a black man shoots another black man. Killing is killing. And we have to stand up somehow, stand up and speak out against it, against these murders that are occurring. So let me get this gum out of my mouth. So that's part of the reason that I hadn't come on, even though I felt like I wanted to come on and just have a chat. I didn't come on because I just felt heavy. I really did, and I was having difficulty sleeping. I was waking up at 3 and 4 in the morning because it felt like, I don't know if it was somebody that comes on this site or somebody. It felt like I was getting 911 emergency prayer downloads, not knowing specifically who needed the prayer. I just got up and began to do it, because you just never know, and folks need to know that you care about them. So if you think of someone and you haven't spoken to them for a while, give them a call, check on them, see how they're doing, because this adjustment to social media, this adjustment that we've had to go through this last year is difficult. And there are so many people who are lonely, who are without anyone to check on them. And I make it a point to do so, even though I slipped. And it was because of that slip up that I said, when somebody comes to mind, I'm going to call them or send them a text. I'm just going to let them know I'm thinking of them, because I had someone that I was thinking of came really strongly in my spirit, and I kept putting off calling. And when we finally did connect, I found out that a very close friend and music peer, hell of a guitarist, had died, that he transitioned. So when you think of someone, by all means, give them a call, just to let them know that they're being thought of. It can make someone's day. Let's see, what else did oh yes, I kind of went on YouTube and watched some videos, and apparently Mike Lindell and his brain soap, his pickled brain, got pranked when he did this telethon for his new Twitter type site, I guess, called Frank, because of course he and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Josh Hawley and all of those whining about being canceled and not having free speech are everywhere on the TV, with their free speech, talking to millions. Hi, Sharon. Talking to millions of people. So how the fuck can you say that you've been canceled and you don't have free speech? Now, just because you have free speech doesn't mean that there aren't going to be consequences. All you doing is lying. You know, that's what we heard for the last 4 years, every day, a new lie, every day. And it's a shame that the big lie about the election being stolen is even still going on, that we haven't been able to cut that thing off at the knees, that lie is still hanging out there. I did a short polling gig for the heinous repubs here, the two main ones being Brian Kemp and Raffensperger. I think they're testing the waters to see how they're going to do in 2022. And, you know, it was really something talking to people who honestly believe. They honestly believe that the election was stolen. They believe that. And there's nothing you can say or do to convince them that it's not true. Of course, I couldn't do it there anyway, but there's really nothing you can say to convince them that this man, the grifter, the old news, that this cat lost. I mean, he just lost. He lost, and he lost by a significant amount. Probably should have lost the last time, but his trick, his chicanery and all of that worked, I think. And it worked so that he was able to get across the finish line with that. But you know what some of these Republicans don't understand is that there was a bunch of Republicans sick of their asses too. They were more sick of them than the Dems were. So they will never acknowledge that that a lot of the grief that he's catching is coming from his own party, from his own constituents. You know, they were sick of it. They were sick of it, and none of them could honestly say that their lives improved or that life was better for them or got better for them while he was in office. It's all about these dead, dig, dry-balled bastards, old white men who know that they are a dying breed, that no matter whether that's physically or whatever, that you've had a good run. You've had a good run of power. So now it's time for you to sit your ass down. You won't remain in power. You simply will not. Your old ass you went in with $2.50, and now you're coming out of your seat in the Senate or as representative, whatever you're doing, and you've got millions. So you've done pretty good. You know, move on. So anyway, back to Mike Lindell. He's made an announcement that Trump will be back in office in August. I don't know how they think they're going to pull that off. I don't think, no matter what even with this Arizona recount, it doesn't matter what they do, that it's not going to change anything. He's still a loser. And based on the company coming out of Florida, why does it always have to happen in Florida? What the fuck? Why is it always Florida? But, you know, they got tricks. It's always Florida. So they have this company that's going to go in and they're going to audit the ballots. And obviously they went in with blue and black pens, which would have allowed them to do exactly what they're accusing the Democrats of doing, which is flipping votes. That's what this is all about. This has really nothing to do with any damn thing, except there is that group of people who are hell-bent on thinking that they can do anything to get that virus back into the White House. It's a shame that his misogyny, his racism, his abuse, his name calling, his continuous lying has absolutely seeped into the fabric of this. It's just like a paper towel when something spills and you race to get the liquid before it can do any damage, and it just absorbs in the paper towel. It's like, damn, you know. So I'm not even attempting to talk to anyone about that anymore because it's just exhausting, and we have been exhausted. We breathed for a little bit on November 3rd or 4th or 5th or 6th or whenever it was that President Biden, whenever he was, when the race was called, I mean, it's almost like those of us who consider ourselves to be empathic or light workers or prayer warriors or whatever lovers of the universe and lovers of our fellow man, it has kept us busy and it has made us dry balls, girl, and limp dicks. There's nothing they can do with that except take blue pills to try to get it up and get it up for love, because it's all up here. It's not happening down there. I forgot what, I don't know. I just got distracted by Kesha's response. That's funny. Linda, thank you for suggesting the songs that we can listen to. I don't understand the MK Ultra thing. I've listened to videos and it still kind of confuses me, but it's always Florida. There's always some bullshit coming out of Florida, you know, always. I'm wondering what, weeks ago they were talking about some kind of nuclear waste or some toxic shit going on in the water down there. And it was in the news for about 2 seconds. I'm wondering what's happening with that nasty water down there, because water travels. It doesn't stay in one place. It moves through all the water. So, shoot, the radioactivity that was released in Japan, and that waste that got into the ocean, plus whatever else anybody is putting in the ocean, shit, it's gonna affect all of us. Affect all of us. Let's see. Linda Sandoval says, ain't nothing like dealing with a bag of docs. We deal with this every day. Yeah, we deal with it every day. Sure we do. We deal with madness, absolute madness and craziness. I saw a video of an older woman calling, there's Muslim and a couple in a Walgreens, and this lady like went off on them, talking really badly to them. And when the police came and arrested her, one of the first things out of her mouth is, "What, I have Muslim friends." And we're saying, yeah, right. That's like saying I have a black friend or a white friend, or yeah, I'm sure a Muslim, just after you told, cuss these people, call the names, spat on the husband and told them that they don't belong here. You want to say you have Muslim friends? Yeah, I'm sure you do. You better, yeah, I'm sure you do. I would like to just offer a little bit of encouragement. A lady stopped by and told me that we have this full moon in Scorpio, and I don't know what that energy was, but it makes me more restless than I usually am during this time of year. So that's when I was going up and down in sleep. And my aunt told me, may she rest in power and peace, once said to me, when the angels wake you up like that and you're wide awake, it's praying time. So I do that. It's like in my head, there's constant music and prayers going down. You're just I have a whole lot going on in my noggin, and I do believe in prayer because I know it works. I know that when we all come together and we touch and agree on something, that it will happen. Right now, I think what is required of us is patience, which could be running thin right about here. You know, right about now, you can be running a little, they can be running a little thin. You can be thinking to yourself that, I just don't want to get out of the bed. Or I get out of the bed, but I don't want to do what's in front of me. Or, yeah, I'll get started when I have my first cup of coffee or whatever. I know that if it's been difficult for me, it's had to be difficult for many others. And on Johnny's and Adrian's Friday video, the first part was very profound because I found that they too were kind of having restless or sleepless things going on. So I know you meant a bag of dicks. I understood what you were saying. I know what you were saying. So yeah. So I really just came on to let you know that we'll be on Saturday. And I'm really desirous to lighten it up a little bit. I've just been so serious these last videos because and I couldn't help it. I could not help it. I couldn't help but be serious because what was happening, what was going on had so impacted me, and that it's almost like a battle, a battle to try to keep your mind still, keep your mind focused, keep your mind to bring your vibration up when you're not exactly feeling in a high vibe, but also knowing that it's all right when you don't feel that way. It's okay not to not be okay. And it's okay to admit it. Yeah, don't hold back that silence, because the person who's asking is the person who would be willing to listen. That person is the one who may be able to give you a word of encouragement or whatever. So yeah, that's it. So I really want to have it be a lighter show. We're going to be playing these games, and perhaps I can convince her to do a giveaway so that you can get a free copy of the game or games, or of one of her books. Yeah. As a Libra, I really like partnerships. I really like doing things in twos or mores, I really do. So I'm really still working on how I want this channel to look, what I want it to eventually be. I'm very excited about being at some point being able to order the camera and whatever I need so that it really looks like a very professional outfit. I see such beautiful editing and clever things done on other people's videos. So I'm excited about that, and yet I'm still sort of defining what I would like for it to be. If I'd like for it to be a show where I have interesting people come on and we have conversations, and maybe do some reading. Yeah, that would be good. That would be one way I could make it. That's one consideration. I'd like to have Johnny and Adrian come back on sometime down the way, because they are the ones that were so instrumental in me getting started in the first place, and I really grew to rely on them and loved having them on, because there were times when we had really great energy going and there was a lot of laughs. So they'll be invited, as Shay at Blissful Divination, and others, is if they would like to. I can only ask. I ask if you will come on. I'm not one to go out and like plead or anything. If you'd like to, if you want to come on to a petty party night and we have something fun to discuss, we can do that. There's so many excellent political readers out there that it's almost redundant to read on those things all the time, but we can't help. It can't be helped. There's so much going on. Hello, good vibes, and thank you for joining me. Thank you for the 13 that have come on and listened to me ramble. I really appreciate it. I just again, this is my announcement. The petty party will be on May the 1st, May Day. Yay! Yay! And we're going to play some games and have some great conversation and have some fun. It might, it's probably have about this much seriousness or this much. We just can't get away from it, can we? Oh gosh. So thank you for coming on. Please hit the like button and subscribe. I thank my moderators. I thank those of you who have been really sticking with me and standing by me and coming out to support me. Hey, Johnny, I thank you so very much. Because as quiet as it's kept, this is new for me too. I'm a touchy person, feely person. I like to have human contact. Hello?
Hey, you won't happen to have $1 you can spare till Friday?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not. Thank you. Yeah, that was someone. That was a neighbor or someone who lives on the property. Yeah, so I'm just coming on to have a chat. What I was saying is that this kind of communication is lovely. I think it's great. It's just that I'm kind of old school in that I like to have people visit. I like to see them. I like to hug them. I like to talk with them. I have quite a bit of alone time here, and there are days when I just like to have a conversation with a human being. Uh, so I guess that may mean that I'll do more of these little videos going forward. I do want to remind you that I do write the names down and pray for all of you. If you have a specific request and you don't mind sharing it, you can do so, or you can get me at JazzyJzce, JazzyJace @gmail.com, because prayer is targeted and prayer is specific. So if there is something that you want to share in the chat that you need some prayer for, or if there's something private, by all means, let me know, and I'll see to it that love and light and support is sent your way. I'll make sure that you know that. Um, so I guess I will see you tonight with Adrian doing Ghost Stories part three. That ought to be fun. Um, Johnny is with Lena Rodriguez on Wednesday. I think it might be 7. I have to check the time, but go to his website and the time will be posted, and leave your questions there also. And then he'll be back with Jen Lynn on Friday when they're doing the fundraiser for the Humane Society. If I'm correct, I know it's a fundraiser to help our fur babies, our pets, and leave questions regarding your pet, or maybe a fond memory or something on her community page, so that she has something to work from. And then you have me on Saturday night. I mean, really, you have me on Saturday at 8. And then Johnny and Becca and Jen Lynn will be on. I call them that the the Flash Three. They have such great energy together. It's lovely to watch them and how in sync they are. It really is. It's nice. They'll be on Sunday, and that begins at 7 or 8, I think. So everyone, thank you once again for joining me. I hope that the remainder of your day is fabulous. I'm looking here and it's 5:30. I don't know where the day went. I love you all very much. I appreciate you coming on and hanging out with me. And I will see you on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If not before, we'll see. All right, loves. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.